you were brave out there. You were given as good as you got. They were threatening to run over you. They were threatening to bleepity bleep your bleep, and you were just shouting back at. You were just saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see you people go. I can't wait till you leave. Go home." And man, the level of bravery there, I'm pretty impressed.
I appreciate that. I mean, it's time for them to go home. It's time for them to do this the right way. And I had a lot of people who told me who were there who claimed that they were there illegally. Obviously, they have no reason to lie about that, and said that they were here illegally. And they said, well, who else is going to pick your berries? And I said, well, you know what? If we really truly can't find Americans to do those jobs, then guess what? We will be seeking out legal immigrants who can come here and do those jobs that you claim that Americans can't do. But we at least have to have law and order. And these people just did not understand that, did not get that. And yeah, I'm ready for the American taxpayer to stop paying for this level of insanity.
Well, the level of threats you got, I have a feeling that if you were on Team Blue and the threats were coming from Team Red, you would be heralded across national media as some sort of Joan of Arc icon at this point. The level of abuse that you suffered just on Sunday was pretty reprehensible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Someone run her over. Go walk out into traffic. And it extended into the days that followed as well, because I had several different death threats. My husband received some death threats as well. These people are really mad about those of us who are calling out, just the dangers of this open border. And I will say one other thing as well. When I tried to point out to them, hey, guys, what about the cartels? What about the human trafficking that's happening? What about the women and children who have atrocities done to them just trying to get to the border? What about that crisis? What about the fentanyl that's pouring into our borders? And none of them wanted to have a conversation about the very real dangers of this illegal immigration and open borders policies that Joe Biden, of course, perpetuated. It was really shocking to hear they wanted to hurl all of these insults and threats, but nobody seemed prepared to have the conversation to address the real problems with, of course, this whole system.
Don't you get a pass because your last name's Gonzales? They were calling you racist and bigot out there. And I was like, that certainly doesn't fit for Sarah's case.
Yeah, well, it's funny because they couldn't figure out which one they wanted to call me. They kept telling me that I was European, and then they kept saying, well, you're one of us. You're indigenous. You look indigenous. And so they weren't quite sure what to do with me. But, I just give myself the pass.
Well, I also like that you take what's essentially a national platform that you're on and a state platform, and you still focus on Dallas stuff. You're doing an event with Alan West coming up that's talking about what's going on here in Dallas, and I kind of want to go to that. Tell the people listening what's going on with your Alan West event.
Yeah, so I believe it's Thursday, February 27th, if my memory serves correctly.
That's correct.
Okay, great. So it's that evening we are going out, and they just want to show people more about the candidates that are running. It's just so important to get involved at a local level, at a state level. I know people get really excited about President Trump and his agenda, which I am too, but we have to keep our local, municipalities and our states as red as possible. And we're not going to do that without, of course, vetting the candidates and finding out who's running, who do I want, what is their platform. I think people often forget that. So
Sarah, we need
out there with them.
We need a Doge here in Dallas, because I just read, what was it, on Dallas News or something, that they're going to spend $4 million to study the idea of making a walking path from the Arts District through Deep Ellum to Fair Park. And not only do we not need it, we already have it. It's called sidewalks. They want to spend millions of dollars on art installations and whatnot. And I'm not even sure if anybody walks from Arts District to Fair Park. I'm not even sure if one human being has done that in the history of Dallas. Like, these are just terrible ideas. And the news, the local paper and local TV stations, they haven't found one of these dumb public works projects that they didn't like.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I think that people who live in the city of Dallas and people who live in all of these left-leaning cities, now is the time. They have seen what has happened at the federal level. They see that they're being taxed to death at these local levels. And even in a place like Dallas, I do think that you guys could make some headway if you have the right people in charge of things. So, right. I mean, think about it. We are being taxed now more than ever. We've got the national Doge. Everyone's excited about it. Now's the time.
All right, Sara Gonzales, you can catch her on The Blaze. She's a TV host there. In fact, her show comes on at like 6 o'clock our time. And then what time?
Yes.
Yeah, 6 o'clock our time. And then also sometimes I see her on the Texas Scorecard. But you can catch her live Thursday, February 27th. Her event's going to be up in Addison with Alan West. If you need more information on that, Google it. Don't be lazy.